Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. I mean, you were slower than a sloth. What are you doing? Hi, Cue Ball. How was your trip? Hi, Tresta. Hello, Mary. How are you? Do your homework. Did I not do my homework? I think I completed it all today. Hi, guys. Did you do your homework?
I didn't have any homework.
Oh. Hi, Bren. Hi, Hillary. Dan seems a bit... I know, we miss you too. Hi, Shari. I ordered 2 new pairs of shoes for Dan because these stink. Hi, Jazz. Yes, Nate, he does seem testy. Fill in the blank. Dan seems...
How's everybody doing?
Put on the suit more often. Let's not talk about his head. I mean his suit. Oh, God, you guys, stop it.
I'm good, Jazz. I'm waiting for that first beer buzz to just kick in a little bit, and then I'll be jamming. Second wind.
Yeah, he's struggling with the celibacy. No, we've taken an oath to see if we can make it 1 year without sexual touching.
You can make it as long as you want. I make no such oath.
Hi from San Diego. Oh, Dooch.
When did I go so bald?
27.
When I shaved it off the other day.
Illinois. Don't leave the live stream. Dan looks cuter when you're sitting next to him. Dan, Richie Q sent you a message.
Oh, what did it say?
It said, don't leave the live stream, Dan. You look much cuter when I'm sitting next to you.
Well, it's her leaving the live stream.
Oh, there's Moneymaker.
Shit, moneymaker. I have
Yes, Jenny,
no excuses. I got nothing.
Right.
Thank God I didn't watch that. That's to make you look bigger. That's exactly right, Peter Griffin. And if I do another ad for them, that's exactly what I'm going to write. I'm going to talk about that optical inch because I think it'll be really funny. But that's really a good point.
Karen says, Dan, any advice for me? I'm almost done with school to be a lawyer. Run. Just kidding.
Congratulations. Have fun. You know, do pick something you want to do. Don't be too quick to jump into the first job offer you get. Geez, moneymaker, what can I say? We're frickin' 1 and 2. And we blew $100 million on, $120 million on a receiver who caught a couple of balls this year. Rich, I am not practicing. I have a couple of cases and I'm finishing them up. I'll always have a couple of cases, but I'm not going to practice. Thanks, Southern Rowdies. I appreciate that. And I think it's a good thing that we're doing. I wish more people did it. More people whoever can do it. I wish the people that can do it would do it. Did the Tooth Fairy come? Is that a thing? I mean, is there like a Tooth Fairy app or something where... I mean, that would be the coolest Tooth Fairy I've ever seen. I mean, the Tooth Fairy... my tooth fairy, came and left a quarter under my pillow or something like that. Today, I know they're much more generous, but I didn't know they were actually into, like that kind of thing. That's pretty cool. Is there only one tooth fairy? Because that might get monotonous after a while. They got a lot of stops.
Somebody asked how many times you took the bar. Uno.
22 times. And that
no.
22nd time was a charm, man.
Could you imagine?
No.
No.
Where's my dad? My dad is sitting right over there eating.
I can
his
hear
dinner.
him eating, so
I
he's still
can't.
alive
I
and he's
can't,
well.
thank
I
God.
can hear him, and today it is grating on the nerves.
Was it fun taking the bar?
Yes, it was amazing.
I cannot say that I would characterize it as fun. I could characterize it as a big relief, and it was fun finishing the bar and going out after I finished the last of the 3 different tests. That was fun. What was the prize for losing? 6 months of studying is the prize for failing the bar, because you have to take it.
Somebody
again.
said, was she the prize for losing? You're speechless? You have nothing to say?
She's absolutely a prize. Absolutely. Thank you so much for pointing that out. She is like something you might find on.
How does my husband misconstrue?
Dialing for Dollars. What was that show where they choose shirt number 3, or you can have the box over there, and they had zonkers or zingers, whatever they had. Monty Hall, remember that show he had? Let's make a deal. She was the what was under the box?
That was.
I turned down a car. What would you have if you didn't pick anything else? A new car! Damn. What? What kind of car? 22 beers to celebrate. Maybe that at that point in time, that was a realistic thing at that time in my life. My bar was ridiculous. What's that, a practice test?
My poop could have been better today. I could have been.
I'm sure you'll have a couple of poops tonight, so that's just fine. Aren't you feeling it coming on right now?
Not yet.
Right before bed?
I haven't eaten.
Oh, I got my stomach.
I haven't eaten.
I think I got a poop. That's what I'm going to hear right before bed.
It happens.
I think I got a poop. This menopause sucks.
It did.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I'll be right back. What? Somebody asked the question. I'm just answering the questions that are
Sorry,
coming
I
up.
did. I am not an RN. No. Mm-mm. All you perimenopausal women, you can attack if you'd like.
She is an RN. You want to have sex? She's the real no. What's so funny? Don't spit that out. Don't spit that out. You met a 106-year-old? That's pretty cool. That's really rare, too.
Ow.
Thanks, Denise. I appreciate that.
You think you're funny.
I thought it was...
I think you're feeling a little arrogance with that,
With
that
what?
suit video that was just posted the other day. Jan's feeling a little feisty because y'all were fucking
That's
crazy.
not it at all. That has nothing to do with it. I'm feeling feisty because I found my hall pass. You can have BOSA all day long. I found a real hall pass. You guys want to know who it is? I swear to, I was so taken.
He wears Cole
I was in
Haan.
a trance.
Dan just wears Cole Haan's loafers, you guys. Cole Haan loafers with the suit. He's just, from day one, he's always bought the same fucking shoe.
Because it fits and it works and it's a nice shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God, I'm a different person since Monday night. I just can't stop thinking. My mind is just always there. Who is the hall pass? I will tell you who the hall pass is.
Did you hear about Brett Favre?
Yeah, I did. And that's really sad too. We can talk about that after, because one is a fun, light subject, and Brett Favre it's a subject that fits with our channel. For those of you that don't know, Brett Favre was diagnosed with Parkinson, most likely a result of the lifelong playing football and getting multiple concussions.
They said he had over 1,000 concussions.
And it's a real serious thing.
Over 1,000, y'all.
I remember, when I was doing a case that involved a traumatic brain injury, one of the experts on the other side was the doctor who represented the NFL. Moneymaker, I think he was a Pittsburgh doctor too, if I recall.
It's so sad.
And they were saying, these injuries don't cause these diseases. Obviously they do. And it is sad. I mean, Brett Favre has had issues. He's been in the news lately, and kind of doing weird things, and that tells you why. It's a clue as to why he might be more susceptible, and it's a really sad thing. But anyway, back to the hall pass, which is really what's important. So, how many of you know Casey Musgraves, or have heard of Casey Musgraves? Anybody? I know people have heard of her because she's freaking huge. But I'll tell you, holy shit. I went to her concert Monday night. I did not really know who she was before. I might have heard the name, but I didn't know any songs. And then I got there and I saw her on the stage. I mean, she's just absolutely unbelievably beautiful and well spoken. She writes her own songs. She's unbelievable. And then she went into this one song and I was just mesmerized. I was just sitting there and time stopped. Remember that movie, The Big Fish, when time stopped for that guy when he met the love of his life, the big fish guy?
Thanks, Andy.
Anyway, that's kind of how it felt. And then the song ended and I was like, wow. So that's my new hall pass. And I swear to God, I'm in the crowd, there's 15,000 people there, but I think she was looking at me. I think she went over and she waved, and I'm pretty sure that she was looking at, out of all the people there, my head was, I think. So that's the new love of my life, Casey Musgrave. She doesn't know it yet, but that is the situation. I think she's in Santa Barbara tonight or somewhere down there. I kind of looked at her where she's going from here. She's going from San Francisco down to Santa Barbara, then Arizona. Yes, the Big Fish with Ewan McGregor, and then down to San Diego. My God, and I'm not even a country music guy, but I tell you, I can be converted very easily. Very easily. Am I Delulu? I was Delulu, absolutely.
He still is Delulu.
Well, you got your Nick Bosa, and now I got mine.
That's okay.
What?
You can have her. Maybe she'll take you.
You think so?
No, but that's okay.
I mean, at least she's older than Nick Bosa.
She's 36, but you're older than me. Don't forget that.
I did not get a shirt of hers. I should. I still can, but I didn't know when I was walking in. I didn't know what I was walking into. Oh, it's a little different when I'm talking. You can talk day after day about Mr. Bosa. Wear a shirt, freaking have dolls, real life-size dolls, little toys, Bosa toys. And I just say one thing.
Sean. I don't give a shit.
She'll be an RN.
Yeah.
Then I'm just giving up. At that point, I'm just going to give up. And, at some point, you just say, you lose interest at some point. You just go, that's fine. I'll go and take care of myself.
That's marriage.
I guess that's
Perimenopause. Yeah. Everybody goes through, unless you're...
There's nothing to do with perimenopause. Whatever that is. Aren't you in menopause already? So, perimenopause is just like the warm-up for menopause. What is to come?
Not you.
Absolutely not me. That might have been your best clip of the entire 4 years we've been doing this. That might be your best clip. I don't particularly like it, and the reality of it really sucks, but it was pretty funny.
Oh.
Woo, that's funny. Damn. It's so funny, I forgot to laugh.
You did, and you gave me a compliment on it. Oh, fuck.
Yes, that's the idea. That's the idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking aloe gel. I'm thinking like, have you ever tried like fire hot or whatever that stuff is? I'm thinking that might really be an interesting experience. Hot, spicy hot or fire hot.
For your pee-pee?
You don't have to use words. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
No, I'm just clarifying.
No, not for my.
You want Bengay?
I'm just my God. Sure, why not?
Icy hot. I don't. Blow on it and it gets hot.
That's what it's called, Bengay? Is that somebody's name, or is that a description of somebody, or what's the deal with that? Where did that name come from? Who predicted? Ben. Oh, he's gay. Ben Gay.
No, you can't say that.
Why not? I mean, that might be how it got named.
What is
Where'd you come up with that? Well, I was looking for a good potion that, really,
what?
like lit a fire under it. So, John and Ben Gay. It's just, maybe his name is the name. It could be, if we have the apostrophe. Okay, see, that's why punctuation is important. Very important.
Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bib.
There it is.
You were looking for that, she was looking for that bib for like 3 hours and it's sitting right here on the chair.
I didn't put it there.
When are we coming with Ed to South Africa? I tell you, I would love to go and travel all the world, but it would be impossible for me to take my dad, unfortunately.
It's you!
I'm John Goodman. Look,
Jenny,
and you're Roseanne
Jenny,
Barr.
You're
Roseanne
Hold on.
Barr. I'm Dan Goodman.
By the way, Jenny, I'm kind of sad you're not Squirter. I'm gonna miss that name. But can you hear her?
I can hear her whining. Yeah. Well, the dog is just pitiful.
She's.
God.
Squirter is.
We are bad influencers. You guys, they're social media influencers, and I've heard of bad influence, but have you ever heard the term bad influencers? That's what we are. We're bad influencers. It's a fitting name.
Oh, Jenny, I'm kind of sad.
The bad influencers.
I don't like that anymore. He is a national treasure.
Thanks, Tyler.
Tyler.
I wish he knew that. I wish he knew what a treasure he
what?
was. I'm sorry?
Who?
Did I cut you off?
You did. It's fine.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I forgot.
Maybe you just don't want to say it now. 'Cause I don't think you forgot
Warren
that
wants
quick.
to know if you wear underwear.
Who wants to know?
Warren.
Warren?
Yeah. No, we've taken the no underwear rule. No, we don't. We don't believe in underwear. We don't believe in any sort of undergarments. Dan's man bras have been thrown away. And
Man bras? Did you say man bras?
And all of his G-strings have been lit in a fire.
I wear G-strings?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's possible.
Well, it's possible.
I could wear it once. That's it. And then I have to throw it away. There's just no way.
We are completely underwear free right now.
She's wearing granny panties right now. I can tell you that. And I'm wearing some holy shit that,
You
she pops holes in my underwear just to annoy me during the day.
He took off that suit the other day, you guys. I wish I could have recorded it. He took off his suit and the underwear had about 6 holes in the back side of it.
Why do I have holy underwear? That's the question.
This would be the funniest
I don't buy clothes.
video on the planet.
She buys
and then
me
I thought
underwear with holes in them.
I should give my husband some new underwear.
She buys every gadget in the world in the TikTok shop, but no underwear for me.
He
I have gadgets
I was
everywhere.
giggling.
Vacuum cleaners. I mean,
He
we got like
literally-
4 vacuum cleaners.
He literally took
Buy a
off
fucking
his
sewing
suit,
kit or something.
and then he went to go take a shower, and his underwear. And I thought, heroin sexy time.
Nancy, thank you. My dad is doing fine. My dad's underwear, he doesn't, there's no holes in my dad's underarms, that I can tell you.
Oh, shit.
Not to mention, he has a way better wardrobe than me. You guys send him all this shit. I have these old shirts that don't fit because she shrunk them down, washing them in hot water, and my dad has this beautiful wardrobe of stuff that he has, some of he hasn't even worn yet. And mine's just some old, like,
It's going to fit in
Goodwill store stuff.
Dump it out after you're done dropping food out of your mouth.
So she's in there because my dad was wearing a clothing protector, as you guys like to say. I call it a bib. But he dropped crap in the bib, and then he's trying to pick the stuff out of the bib and put it in a napkin. And she's trying to explain to him, you don't have to do that. Just let it go in the bib. But it's futile because he'll forget. It won't matter. Sometimes I do, like the shirt he's wearing right now, I wore it first. Sometimes I do, because I'll go in my room and I got nothing. Or, I smell my shirt and it's like got that mildew smell because it sat in the washer all night without being dried. And then I'll have to go in my dad's room and find something. That's embarrassing to get. I go find like modern day clothes in my 92-year-old father's room. Go shopping. I hate shopping. I can't stand it. I really can't. And I'm not a real big fashion person, I'll pretty much wear whatever.
Here.
It's just clothing to me.
Take your pills.
I have
Keep you alive every
5
day.
real siblings.
No, put them in your mouth. After you cough.
What?
Put them in your mouth. After you...
Would I wear a funny t-shirt that's borderline inappropriate? I think the answer is yes. As long as it wouldn't get me in trouble on social media. But I do wear borderline inappropriate. In fact, probably inappropriate. I'm not going to wear something that says like, 2-seater with an arrow pointing up or down. But something, that's funny and inappropriate, yes. Barbie, I honestly I've hated shopping for clothes. You ask my mom, when I was a kid, so she'd take me clothing shopping and it was just, she had to bribe me at JCPenney or Sears or wherever we were at that little candy counter. I'd get these malted milk balls. It's the only way she could get me. And all I would ever do is just be pulling her and grabbing her and pulling her purse. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I've always hated shopping of any kind. It's ADHD. And if I had more interest in clothing, like I don't mind shopping at a sports store. That's fun. Or like a hobby shop where there's baseball cards. I can look all day. Or stamp store, coin store. I don't mind looking at those, but I really just don't have the patience to shop. Oh, Judy, your two tween granddaughters were at the concert. So it was 9 to 1 girls to men, and we were standing in the front, and there were a ton of girls, and that's her audience. And some little kids, that people were passing around, like this group of girls were passing around this girl so she could see, like a 7-year-old. And they were holding her up, and then she would get heavy, and they would pass her to somebody else so she could see. There was a lot. It was a great concert, a great environment. There wasn't a lot of, drinking. There weren't drunks walking around. It was just absolutely a wonderful experience. Her fans were awesome. So I'm sure your granddaughters had a good time. It was Casey Musgraves. Casey Musgraves.
Jake.
It wasn't Thunder Valley. It was at Golden One. Danielle did not go. She could have gone, but she chose not to go.
I didn't go.
So
Andrew went with a friend.
Yeah. Andrew came. It was a buddy of mine and his 17-year-old daughter. And so the 5 of us went.
Oh, the fur baby. Oh, Jess.
Casey Musgraves is a country singer, a really big country singer,
Good,
and a
Terry.
really talented country singer. And she happens to be my hall pass. That's probably, the most important part. We have, you have to change, like apply for a new hall
Ed
pass.
is not a Ducks fan. It's just what people send him.
We're still, the Ducks are our second favorite Oregon team. Put it that way.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get a beer.
Oh. Check on
You want me to check on the cat?
the old man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Well,
Old man,
yeah, but at
look
least
yourself. You're not like I am.
nope, don't sit, don't sit.
Fuck. Is he up? What are you
No,
going to do?
I just want you to see how
You
far.
want me to go in and give him a kiss?
Yes.
Hi, Dad. Pop,
What?
you want a kiss? You want a kiss from your son? You want me to give you a kiss on the cheek?
No.
All right, never mind. There you go. Sorry, you don't want a kiss. If you watch the channel, you know that that's just not the way we are. And there you got it, right there.
All those people
I
say,
was right there, ready to go. You want a kiss on the cheek? No.
And all you people who say, just give your dad a kiss, or I never see you give him a kiss.
We're not kissers or huggers, And that soup video is the same thing. That's the way I'm not against it, but it's just not.
And the way he said it, it wasn't just a
It was-
no. You dumbass.
He just said, he had something in his mouth. He wasn't saying no with passion. He was just saying no.
He
Why?
said it with the passion.
He's saying like, what do you mean? Give you?
No.
If
he
I
said it
started
with
to
the
give my dad a
passion.
kiss, he'd probably go, "What's wrong? Am I dying?"
You
I
liar.
mean, literally, that's what he would think.
Mm-mm. He would. He'd be like, who the fuck just gave me a kiss?
He kisses my sister. That's it. And his sister.
He kisses.
he
He
kisses-
also. He's up. He kisses
Maybe his
the
granddaughter.
kids on the head, the girls on the head.
He's not up.
He's up.
He's not up. I'm looking at him sitting down. Pop, I'll take this from you. Is that good?
Oh,
Is it
good
delicious?
Joe. I'm sorry you're going through hell, but.
Yeah, finish that. Dan.
How old is who? Ed or Dan?
Has he had his pills yet?
Yep, already done.
Yeah, drink what you can, Pop. Drink as much as you can. You don't need to put it back in the fridge, Pop. It's just water. If you don't want it, leave it here until you drink some more. You want to sit on the couch? What do you want to do, Pop? Oh man, take a
Where's
look
he
at
going?
yourself. You're a lot like I am. All right, so hopefully things are better.
Where did he
A
go?
little bit of a beer buzz going. So
Where did he go? Oh,
he went nowhere.
well, he's
Now he's there.
Now he's
So
going
she gets me up 2 minutes ago, and now he's up. Pop, what are you doing? All right, let's take you to the couch right over here, Pop. Okay, careful. Straight ahead. On the couch, not by the couch. Look at that TV. Look at that. On this couch right here, Pop. That's your spot. You see your name? Yeah, it says
today
Dr. Ed.
wasn't so bad, Karen.
Dr. Ed. That's what it says. If it doesn't, we're going to write that. Dr. Ed. All right, he had a good dinner. He had a good dessert. He took his pills.
I exercise
He's happy.
every day. Oh,
Yeah, it was good. I'm glad you liked it, Pop. All right. He's a lot like I am. What was that? And that's why we could never put him on eating. Ever.
or 30 minutes after dinner.
5 minutes.
I thought,
Christmas, it's not even Halloween yet. Why are you doing that?
Danielle, where are you?
Dad, what?
I want to help you here.
Okay, we're all done. So you help by sitting down so we don't have to worry about you falling. That's the biggest worry I have. Okay, well, there's nothing that needs to be done. So my biggest fear is you fall. So if you sit down, then you help. There's no dishes. If you want to talk on the show, he was super, super lethargic today. So this might be helpful for people that are caregivers. So he was super lethargic. I took him out for a walk pretty early, like
when I was on my live.
When you were on your live, I took him out for his first walk, and just made sure he got at least one good walk.
Lower your voice.
You go deal with him.
He's fine. He's just talking.
So we took the first walk, and he came back. He was a little better, and then I took him out.
Karen.
What?
Keep talking. I'm trying to talk to people because you talk forever.
Then I took him out to lunch, and he was fine. He came back. He was still a little lethargic on the couch, so I took him out for a second walk to wake him up, and holy shit, it was like I woke a hibernating bear. Ever since, he has not sat down. He's had a shower. He's been feisty. He's been to the bathroom 18 times. He gets up. You get him going a little bit. I could have, if I didn't take him for those just a little walks to get him up, he probably would have been lethargic and sleeping all day and ready for bed now. But he's now up, and it creates a little more tension because when he's up and feisty, he's more difficult. But I'd still much rather have that. It's so easy.
Dan's like, Danielle, I'm leaving. I'll be back. I said, yeah, your dad is a little feisty. He goes, yep, good luck with that. I know.
He's been feisty, but it's so easy to leave them sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch as long as they're quiet, right? As long as you're quiet enough. It's so easy to just ignore them, but sometimes you got to get up and take the initiative and get him going. At least I know at the end of the day, he's going to have had a good day, eat healthy, he's clean, and he had a really good exercise, even though he was super lethargic. So that's a lesson. I think, is he up now?
That was a
so that's a little share that, if you're a person that you're taking care of is lethargic, just get him up. Make him walk. And it was hard. I had the belt on and he was feeble, but then he came back. He came back in the afternoon. Do we all have the same sleep schedule? Yeah, we all have the same sleep schedule, which is no sleep. We have no sleep. I mean, it's not just my dad. I have my own sleep issues. I got dogs and cats that have their own sleep issues.
And he woke me up at like 3 and I couldn't fall back to
Who did, the dog?
No, your dad. I was up with him twice last night.
Well, I mean, I didn't get to bed till after 1. And
I know, and you were snoring. So you were asleep, so I handled it.
I don't think I snore.
You were snoring.
I don't believe that I snore.
I'm
Record it, because I don't believe it.
I will do it next time. And anyway, Grandpa was like getting up for the day at like after 3 a.m.
He got up, and he was getting
and
up.
Then I couldn't fall asleep till after 4. And then he got up at 6:30, and Dan got up with him.
He got up 6:30, and he wanted to put his shoes on. I'm like, holy crap! I gotta have my 6:30 to 8. I gotta have my mornings to, especially the last 2 mornings I haven't had anything because I've had things to do. So go CPAP. But
yes.
He was up at 8 this morning.
Kim, one time. So one of the times he got up, he fiddled with the gate for like a couple.
We have a gate, not
for a couple of minutes. And then he went to bed. I heard he shut his door, so that was the win. And then the second time he got me up, he was fiddling with the gate really quickly, and I just got up because I had to go to the bathroom and I put him to bed.
Yeah, and in any event, as much as we're up, there's still no sex, so it doesn't really matter or change anything. We don't sleep a lot. I would probably sleep a lot more, if I had an active sex partner. I would probably sleep 8 hours a day. But I think most of the time I'm awake, I'm just sitting there like frustrated. What in the hell was that?
Your son.
What was all those beeps?
The code.
I can't take sleeping pills because I have to be able to get up in an emergency. If I take a sleeping pill, I would probably just be out. I do have a little, fern thing. That helps with the frustration. You just fern, and then finally you don't care anymore. That's where I've gotten to. I fern out at night to alleviate the frustration. from her celibacy vow. You said you took a vow for a year. And we're on 4 years now. I'm waiting for that year to end. I bring Grandpa outside every day. We walk outside. A user, I'm not very optimistic when I see things like reversing Alzheimer's. There are very few medications that have limited impacts at very early stages that are approved by the FDA now, but I'm not aware of anything that in any way reverses the symptoms of Alzheimer's or any dementia.
Spirit, it's funny you asked that because
But
there's an
I'm
attorney that I saw today in New York who's speaking on the Diddy trial. So as a criminal attorney, somebody wants to know what you think.
As a criminal attorney, I think he's a client. As a human being, I think he's the biggest piece of shit, scumbucket, garbage, sack of crap, next to Harvey Weinstein. I don't have much respect for the man. But the charges I didn't need to see the charges that came out to have lost respect for him. I saw the video of him beating the living shit out of a woman in a hotel room and dragging her back in, where the violence continued, according to the woman, for some time thereafter. And that's all I really needed to see. After that, it's all, it's just, it doesn't matter. But as an attorney, be a client, a very viable client that I'm sure pays his bills.
And his attorney.
I hope he frickin' dies broke in jail. That's what I think. Is there anything that can slow Alzheimer's? Diane, there is something that does slow the progression of the disease if you catch it early enough, and you need to talk to your doctors, or you need to talk to doctors, whoever you're worried about that. You need to do it early. And it's complicated, it's hard, it's expensive, you got to get insurance approval, there's all things, so you need to start early at the first signs to take advantage of the drugs that are currently on the market. There have a lot of drugs in development, the Alzheimer's Association that I support. There's a link in my thing. They are working on cures. They're working on other drugs that can help. Foot soap might do it. Is it genetic? There are genetic aspects to it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a geneticist, so I'm not going to speak intelligently on it. I'll follow you. I hope we're helping. Victoria, that 1 in 3 people will be affected by what I'm dealing with. If you live long enough, 1 in 3 people will be affected, whether it's you, whether it's a caregiver. Either way, 1 in 3 people are going to be affected. There's only one type of law degree that, I guess there's 2. You can have a JD, or there's also a master's. I forget what it's called, an AAB or something. There's a master's of law that's above a JD for certain specialties. But that's, a law degree is what most lawyers have, a Juris Doctorate. All the Supreme Court justices, that's what they average, Juris Doctorates. Academic weapon, you don't want to be affected by this disease. Nobody does. It's not pleasant. Everything you see is just our coping with it, right? I would much rather have my dad that I used to, be able to walk 3 miles with and argue with and yell at and have him yell back at me, and all the little fun things that you see in the videos, those happen times 10 when he was healthy, except it was just more brutal. He thick skin, I have thick skin. We would have fun, and we would have some monster discussions and arguments, and I wish I had that man back, but I have what I have. Amy, you are affected. You are 1 in 3. Mimi, my dad reminds you of your dad. That's, a lot of people say that. There's a lot of similarities for people that have Alzheimer's, and a lot of the same behaviors, the little idiosyncrasies are very common. And I've discovered that just from the feedback we've got from all of you guys. It is pretty common. I retired early because I had a heart attack when I was 51 years old in 2019. And I had it because I was living a crazy lifestyle that included a really stressful job, and I was attacking it in a really stressful manner, and trying to do it all. And if you can't do it, you can't be at 50, you can't be party hard, work hard, just fucking do it. You can't do that. And it wore me out, and it wore me down, and I've changed my life. But I've changed it more mentally than I have physically. It's a really weird thing, but I don't know whether it was the heart attack or whatever happened to me. Go ahead.
Have you ever thought about being a judge?
Have I ever thought about being a judge? I don't know that I would want to be a judge. I'm sure I thought about it. I mean, I've been in a courtroom for so many years. I just did a review for a classmate of mine, someone I kept in contact with for the last 20 years. We'd see each other every couple of years, he was nominated to be a judge by our governor, and I put a big review in, and they called me, and I gave my own personal, recommendation for my classmate that is becoming a judge. But for me personally, I think it would be kind of boring, and I'm just not into. I mean, if I was called to do it, or if there was some reason to do it, maybe. What?
You have to tell me who that was.
What?
Would I recognize the name?
What are you talking about?
The judge. From
What
school.
judge? Well, he's not a judge yet. He's in
No,
the
I know,
process.
but
I'm not going to share
would
the name
no,
right
no.
now.
I said, would I know the name?
You know the person. I mean, I've talked about him decades ago. You would probably know him, but it wasn't someone like Laura Lee or Mark or anything that people we hung out with. But you definitely would know him. I've run into him with you many times.
Married. Married.
Huh?
Married.
Yes, married.
With 2 kids.
Well,
I'll ask.
I'll talk to you about that later.
No, we thought he had heartburn because he had just had weirdly a whole jar of salsa.
And I had a huge court hearing the next morning. It was something that had been weighing on me for months, was this court hearing, and it was the next day. And someone's life was held in the balance. 3 years of their life was gonna come down to what I did that day. And we had a soccer game, which was stressful. It was Hannah, right? She was the captain of the high school team, and it was a playoff game. So we went to that all night, which is stressful for me. My kid's out there on the field. She's the captain. And then that's the night that it happened. And by the way, it happened on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, congratulations, Queen Bee.
Queen Bee,
That's
that's
awesome.
what.
And
That's
thank
what
you
Hannah.
for what you did for 31 years.
That's what Hannah is gonna do. That's what her master's is in, social work. Yeah. I majored in child development. I was gonna go teach, and then I got a job as a manager at a daycare center.
Servicing my wife is not stressful. That's release. Oh, I guess you made me something else.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Anki. Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy, we're gonna have a decent night. I'm gonna have a decent night. I'm really proud of all of my kids. It's really weird, the way my dad, the little game I have with my dad about your favorite kid. I could never pick a favorite kid. All of my kids, I like them for different. I mean,
I'm glad you like them.
I love them but for their own unique reasons, and they're all very different. But they're all my favorites. Just the way my dad would say it. Absolutely. I'm getting no release. Oh, I'm getting release, Mike, but
Not by
it's
me.
self-inflicted.
Mhm, not by me.
Yeah, not by her. 0.
Oh my gosh,
I just get frustration.
I was down the hole again today.
I did not eat my dad,
You didn't eat
or
him?
the dogs, or the cats, or the pets that live here. No, I did not eat my dad.
No, he's still alive. Yeah. We have, how many kids do we have? How many kids do we claim? I think 3.
I mean, how would you possibly have more kids? I mean, for a woman, it's pretty obvious how many kids you have because you went through childbirth.
Are you making fun of my body parts now? Are you body shaming me?
No.
Dan's body shaming me.
How would I body shame you?
You said, well, how would we know you've had kids?
I mean, I know every time you have a
How do
baby
you know?
because it's a big deal. I mean, it's not like you just go, I'm going to go have a baby, and then you come back and everything's fine. When you have a baby, it's like a drawn out ordeal. I mean, you're like
Did
there.
you
and
hear?
I got to go there. And then
Did you
when you
hear?
come back, you bring home another.
Women, did you hear what he said?
You bring home another 18
Everybody heard what
years
you
of
said.
payments.
Oh, everybody heard it.
What?
All the women right now are anti-Dan.
I don't know why. I'm
Because-
quite pro-woman.
Because
I'm pro.
because you said
I love women's parts.
we know which parts you've had kids. You pretty much threw me under the fucking bus.
How did I throw you under the bus?
Ugh.
I said you've had 3 kids. I
It's
know
okay,
you
I
haven't
talked
had
about it
4.
too.
I
Exactly.
know there's no way
And
you
the
had
way
a kid
you
without
said
me
it-
knowing about it.
But it wasn't. Never mind.
I'm missing it. Explain it to me. I know you've had 3 kids.
Yes,
I
and
mean-
that's what you said.
Yeah, I know you had 3
I
kids.
know you had
I
3
could have
kids.
30. You know, you
You're
wouldn't
missing
know.
duh, dumbass.
Right.
Think
Am
about
I
it.
am I missing
Oh,
something?
yes, you are.
Am
Oh,
I missing something?
Yes, everybody, all the women heard what you said.
I don't even know what I said. But
You said, "Oh, we all know you've had 3 kids."
well, that's a true statement. That's a true statement. Everybody knows you had 3 kids. I mean, I didn't sound like, oh, here, let me show you a picture of my wife's bananga. Just how many children did this put out? That's not what we did. Look, is that 2 or 3
No,
kids?
Shauna.
Is that 1, 2, or is this, here's no kids. Here's versus 1 kid.
Shauna,
Here's
were
2
you
kids.
there?
Here's 3 kids.
Shauna, were you
Nobody
there?
sees your.
Oh yeah, she was. Shauna was in the courthouse that got bombed.
Oh, I heard about that in Southern California somewhere, like Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing. I don't know if it was it bombed or was it like a firecracker or something. This is a 2-banger. This is a 1-banger. This is what a 3-banger. Here's like what the Bolt's wife looks like with 17 kids. Holy shit! What the hell is
A
that?
bomb in a courthouse.
Believe me, it is a woman's part.
Damn, we can tell you had 3 kids.
Who the hell are the DeBolts and their 17 kids? I'd like to see the picture of that.
All
body
the
part.
women heard that. There was no woman who did not miss how you said that. Some asshole made a homemade bomb full of nails. Oh no.
That's the bomb that went off. It injured 5 people.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got the bomb into the courthouse because there's metal detectors at every courthouse I go into, and you know they're pretty good about it.
Damn,
Most of
that was so China.
I'm already in China. I'm trying to swim back. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I don't even care. It's like it's like if you have an addiction to anything, after a couple of months, you just lose the craving. So, what? Is that not true? I mean, honestly, you used to be my sexual Pavlov. Pavlovian dogs, where you ring the bell and the dogs start to. When I used to see you, my body would start getting ready.
Women,
and
are
then
you listening?
after, a long time of disappointment, that whole Pavlovian bell thing has been shut off. It's like, I see you and nothing happens. That's what happens because it's because my body is being trained to, not get excited at that. Like for the first 26 years, every time I saw you, it's like, ooh, little tinkle, something's happening. That bell was going off, that Pavlovian bell. But after, brutal denial, the bell thing stops. And I know that it's scientific, right? That's my Pavlovian theory. Put out, you gotta give it up, or your man's gonna stop hearing that bell. I'm just telling you that right now. It's my Pavlovian theory on sex. And I believe it's true, I think. The more I talk, the deeper I'm getting in. I'm already buried, man. I mean, I don't think you understand it. I'm buried under like 2 tons of fucking cement. There ain't no rising to the surface.
And he
My only
continues.
hope is I can bring her down with me.
He
That's it.
continues to just dig it, and every day there's another 5 feet, he goes down.
And every day there is another bell that shuts off. That brain cell that's like waiting for it just dies off, and then it's replaced by a new brain cell. And the new brain cell has been disappointed and frustrated for like a month now. So the new brain cell's like, what the fuck's going on here? I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's reality. I mean, this is neuroscience. I mean, they don't talk about it, but if you go to medical school and you take sexual neurology and they'll tell you all about the Pavlovian thing. I'm telling you, all you doctors know what I'm talking about, right? You know, that the excitement, the chemical that's released that gets you ready. Ding, 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 ding. How did we get on Pavlov today?
You? Are you done?
I'm done. We want to go on to somebody else.
Can somebody send some baby oil to Dan? He's gonna need it for the next year. Too soon.
I got to break into the evidence locker in New York where the Diddy trial's going on.
I don't
Lots
know.
of baby oil.
I don't know if you want that baby oil though.
Well, I'll get the unopened bottles.
No, I don't think you want. They're all been open. They've all been opened and injected with things.
Ingested with what?
GHB. Oh, Dan said he's fine. You guys have stumped him.
I wish I could repeat some of the comments. If I did, I get in trouble. But you guys have some pretty funny comments. Get a Diddy autograph on some baby oil and then put it on eBay. That's a great frickin' idea. I should go there to New York because as an attorney, I could probably get in to see him if he would
The
see me.
evidence? Or did he?
No, not the evidence, but the client.
Oh.
If he would come, and then I go, dude, sign these fucking baby oil bottles for me. Sign like 10 of them for me. I'm gonna go put them on eBay.
The lawyer he has right now sounds like an idiot. From the clip that I saw on TikTok, if that's real.
Believe me, he's got good lawyers. I don't know who the hell they are, but he's paying a lot of money for lawyers, I'm sure. Yeah, leave me alone. You guys are all on me.
He had 20 more bombs in his car. Oh my god.
They found a bunch of bombs in the guy's car.
Yeah.
How you doing in Afghanistan?
Shauna, how scary.
I should get Danielle a dozen red roses. What would that do? What would happen if I did that? I can tell you what kind of reaction I would get right now. I would hand her the roses, right? And she would look at me with a skeptical look.
You know what I would say? No,
what
I'm
do
going to tell
want?
you. You've already fucked up. The first question would have been, did you buy these at Trader Joe's? And if he said no, I would have called him a dumbass. Because Trader Joe's has the best prices on flowers.
There you go. That's why I don't go out and buy roses. Because, you know, you want to get, like, sedge in return. But all I get is, you're a dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
You're a DA.
Yep. Yep.
I have written her a poem, Lulu.
Like 25 years
I don't.
ago.
I mean, you don't read my poems, right? Do you read my poems? Can you
You've
name
got more
any?
excuses.
Can you
than
name any
Carter
poem
has
that I've
filled.
written, other than
Yes,
the one?
there's one fucking hanging in my fucking closet, dumbass.
Yeah, I wrote that for you. That's not the only one I've written for you. I wrote poems for you, and I posted them. And there's one hanging that I wrote for you myself on a hanger.
Excuse me.
It's hanging on a hanger.
Excuse
I wrote
me.
it on
Excuse me.
Yeah.
One of those wasn't very nice.
one of the poems. Was it nice?
No.
What did it say? What did it say? Which one are you
What
talking
did
about?
it say?
Which one are you talking
What
about?
one did we talk
Are you talking about the rough patch?
Yeah.
That's
So
not
don't
about
even claim
you.
that.
That's about us. By the way,
No.
that's my favorite poem.
No.
My
that was
favorite
about
poem is the
me.
rough patch, and I think it's my best poem, and it was inspired by her. I wrote it
Because he
after
was
a
pissed
very
off at me.
frustrating night.
He was pissed off at me again, having to deal with sex.
This was like 8 years ago, so that's how long this has been going on. I can't believe it. But the next morning, I got up at 5 o'clock and I took a 5-hour, 10-mile walk or 15-mile walk, and I wrote a poem on my phone, and it's called Rough Patch. It's posted. It's like if you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of my page from like 4 years ago, and there
Oh,
you
by
can find it.
Unky.
It's really a good poem too. It's probably my best.
You guys, you know what that statement that you've heard, I'm sure many times, you have to gain respect.
This is a crock. This is the biggest crock of crap right here.
Hold on.
I have to jump through 18 fucking hoops.
Hold on.
I'm 56 and been married 27 years. I don't want to fucking jump through hoops
And you wonder?
to get sex.
You wonder? You wonder why? Did you hear that rampage? Did you hear that rampage? And that, my friends,
Is it not
why.
true, guys? Are there any guys out here? I
On.
mean, who wants to jump through hoops at this stage in their life, right? I mean, it'd be easier for me to go to a bar almost than, because I don't have 20 years of history to get over, you know? Hoops. I try and put her in the mood, but she's got her own moods, and it's hard to move her off a mood, whether it's good or bad. My wife is very independent, and she's impossible to manipulate. She's stuck in her own way, which is fine, man, but that's just the way we are. And yes, I'm one frustrated MFer. I am a frustrated MFer. I don't blame my wife. I'm sure I have some blame that goes on there, whatever hang up she has or whatever's causing it. I'm sure I have some hand in it, but good God, get over it, woman. Whatever I did 10 years ago, get over it. It's funny, I'm trying to read the comments. I'm trying to gauge her face and see if I'm crossing any lines, right? I'm trying to be a little entertaining without pushing her too far. So this is tough, and I can't see her face here, but I can see it there. She doesn't have any sisters. But you do have some really beautiful cousins, right? I mean, absolutely beautiful cousins. What are their names? Maybe they're watching. I know their names, Brigitte and Monique. Yeah, she has two. I mean, her family is really attractive. I will tell you that. Her entire family, the males and females, she has a really beautiful family. And her cousins are certainly in that group and could be described that way. I mean, my God. I mean, like, your Brigitte is like, she, like, in her day, like 15 years ago, she would have been Casey Musgraves. I mean, without a doubt, she's in that category. Now I'm crossing the line. You stay on long enough, you're going to cross certain lines. Fucking beer. Fucking beer. Don't drink and talk, guys. Don't go to the dark side. Don't drink Merlot.
My point exactly.
Ed is fine. He's been fine. He's been sitting happily for a while. Is that supposed to be a compliment? No, Mike, it's not. It's not supposed to be a compliment. It's frustration. I mean, it's frustration, like oozing out in the form of words.
Now you know how
some
I
people
feel
sweat it out, some people box it
27
out,
years.
some people walk it out. I ooze it out.
Women,
my
I
mouth.
just figured it out. That's why I'm oozing. The frustration that I've had with this man for 27 years.
You're the one frustrated? You have had frustration? Oh my God. If you guys could see the way she's looking at me right now, she's like, shut the fuck up.
This is the same face he got. Women, I'm gonna go potty. You have just lost about 5,000 women followers.
Take her to Sky River. That used to work, you know. I will tell you that there's a term in economics, and it's called diminishing marginal utility, and that means that, like, the very first time, like, you know, let me go back 20 years, and I'm working, and I started to make a little bit of money, and I bought her something she wanted, I think, like a Dooney and Burke purse. You guys remember Dooney and Burke? That was the very first, like, brand that she fell in love with. And I bought her this Dooney and Burke purse. I think it was a couple $100. I don't know. It was not like Louis Vuitton, but it was expensive. And I gave it to her. And man, it was like a great month, right? And I'm going, wow, that's great, a month. And then, you know, like 3 months later, I bought her something else, and I got like 3 weeks. And then I bought her something else, and it was 2 weeks. And then I bought a new ring on her birthday, on her 10th anniversary. I promised her, because I couldn't afford to buy a really substantial ring when we got married. I didn't have any money. So I promised her, on your 10th anniversary, I will buy you a real ring. And I bought her a rockin' ring. I mean, it is a rockin' ring. She was kind of, I spent a lot of money on it. I'll tell you, what the hell, it was about 20 grand. And I had a choice. I could have bought like a really big one, but I didn't. I got a medium-sized one that was really high quality, super high quality. I got it to her, and the first thing I got is it's not that big, you know, because you could have bought like a really big one of lower quality. And I said, no, you're worth it. I bought you the better ring. I think I got like 2 weeks out of that. But my point is, every time I get her something, you get less and less and less. And today, if I went out and bought her whatever she wanted, she'd be really happy when she got it. But I might fuck it up that afternoon. I say one wrong thing, bam, I'm right back. I mean, it's like just that gift didn't exist. So gifts and times out, diminishing marginal utility. Remember that. You guys that are getting married, things that you do early on in marriage will carry you a long way, but they do tend to fade. It's an economic certainty. Diminishing marginal utility. Yeah, I think there's a formula for it too, if you can figure it out scientifically. Yeah. Buy her a Porsche 911 Turbo. I would like one of those myself. I have a 911, but it's not turbo. Did you have to buy it? I don't, that part of my life is gone. My focus is not on accumulation for things. It's on trying to, you know, save enough money so that I can live the rest of my life without having to worry about being homeless. That's really, you know, getting through retirement and getting her. I'm going to die probably before her. I'm not as healthy. So making sure there's enough money to carry her through her life after I die. That's where my focus is. It's not on gambling. It's not on buying shit. That's where it is. I don't, like you said, I don't shop. I don't buy anything. This shirt right here is 15 years old. And I don't care because I don't really need anything. I'm past that. I have nothing to prove to anybody anymore. I've done what I did. I'm comfortable with all my faux pas, and I am what I am. Criminal law is what I like to practice. Beecher, criminal law.
Sure.
Is he up?
No, it's Andrew.
I'm talking Sensing and Crystal. I mean, this is just for fun, right? What I'm saying is based in reality, but I'm having fun with it too. I'm exaggerating.
Oh, I forgot. You have Vietnamese.
What?
I forgot you have Vietnamese.
I do.
I forgot. Well, I made Andrew something. I forgot. I think even.
You can have half the Vietnamese. I mean, that's not
Well,
gonna work.
because you know, it's food. I haven't said that.
Even Grandpa's telling the dog to shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, I giving to the poor, I think that's a really important thing to do. To give a little bit of what you have to people that don't have as much. I think that's a really important quality. To, not only to have, but to teach for your kids. It'll make the world better. Everyone teaches their kids to be a little compassionate to people that are less well off. The world would be better in just a couple of generations. Davey and my dad's doing fine, actually. We were talking about him earlier. He was kind of lethargic today, but I took him out for 2 walks, and then he was really up, and then he was this whole afternoon. Damn, am I going to give you a night with my TikTok life? I'm not, listen, I am not, that's a great question, but, you know, I have no choice over what she does with her body. That's her choice. What's that noise?
The dog's eating.
My dad's had dementia, signs of dementia, for about 12, 13 years. It's been a slow onset.
Hi, Robbie.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. A quick follow is always appreciated. Beach, if you send me an email and I see it and it's something I can give you an answer fairly quickly in, I'm happy to. But I can't take, I get a lot of legal requests, and I do respond to the ones that I can. But most of them either require more research, or it's just an area that I'm just not familiar with, or you're in a different state and I'm not familiar with the laws. And the last thing I ever want to do is give anybody bad advice. That's it.
Barbara, my only channel on YouTube is this one you're on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird, Judy, because I didn't see
Cecilia, thank you for watching and sharing it with us. We appreciate it. Can you show an early photo of the two of us? Do we have one around here? Mm-hmm. There's one right there. You want to get it, or you want me to get up?
Oh, I'm so tired. Which one?
Well, that's new. That's young, right? This is us young. We were dating at that point, right at the beginning. I had hair, as you can see, hair. Am I drinking a beer?
No, Shasta.
Oh, Shasta Cola. She looks fire compared to me. Thank you, dude. That had to be a dude. Pamela, that's awesome. Thank you for what you do every day.
No, you know who he looks like? He looks like Zach. So his nephew Zach. Every time I see young Dan, I'm like, oh my god, that's Zach. Yeah. No, it's Shasta. Shasta soda.
Except I'm better looking.
It's so crazy to me because I'm like, holy fucking shit. Yeah. Who had eyebrows? Dan? He did. He looked darker. Now, you know what those feelings were coursing through my body? Look at that look. Look at that look. That look is like, God, I need you right now. See, it's been there, done that, we've done it. It's old hat now. Now I'm dying inside. My insides are shriveling up. Fuck, I don't know what my body's doing. This was the moment. I tell him all the time, rewind. Action live, right here.
What?
It's not like he hasn't had it. Jeez Louise, making me feel like I'm just not a producer. I produce so much. Okay, Robbie, I'll tell him. Robbie says he's better than you.
How does he know?
Because he sees you.
He sees me, so
And
he says
just-
he's better looking than me.
And he just heard how you just treated
Robbie's
me.
the guy who's after you.
I know Robbie. He comes on all the time.
I know. I'll tell you what, Robbie, if you can get a hold of Casey Musgraves, we can talk. Do you know her, maybe, by any chance? How long have we been together? A long time?
Longer than we should be.
Yeah, we're winding it up. We're winding it up. I think by the time Casey comes back around to Sacramento in a year, or next time she tours, she's waiting for Bosa to retire.
I'm waiting for Bosa to look at older women. And once he can do that, then I might have a chance. Oh, shit. Robbie, I need someone with copious amounts of money. Do you got the dollar bill, yo? This guy hasn't provided for me. Next
That's
guy.
such an attractive quality.
Next
I
guy.
need somebody with copious
Next-
amounts of money.
Next guy, it's all money. That's it.
She's had enough of broke.
I've had enough of broke.
She's ready for, and she considers this broke. You know, not good enough for her.
I need that. I should have said Benjis, yo, not dollar bills, yo. See, I have dollar bills now. I need the Benjis.
Aggression, how did that work out? I mean, what was the effect and what were the after effects? And, you know, did you guys grow as a couple doing that? Did you?
Doing what? I missed the question.
She said they took care of one of the mothers for a long period of time. I think her husband's mother for a long period of time.
Yeah, it's hard.
In their house.
It's hard.
That's very hard.
Mm-mm. Somebody asked me today, and they said,
Who fell in love before the other?
Dan did. Dan fell hard. I mean, how can you not?
What?
Are you denying that?
I fell. I don't think I.
I mean,
it took me a little while to fall. Though.
I don't think you're so full of yourself.
How's that full of myself?
You're so full of yourself. Because you fell first.
I fell first.
It's okay.
Okay.
Why are you so defensive?
Listen, honey. If you want, that's what you want. That's the story you want out. I fell first. That's the answer, because that's the way my wife wants it. So that's the way it is.
Whatever.
Whatever. Whatever.
He knows it's true.
Girl, you know it's true.
Ooh, 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 I love you.
But I didn't write or sing this song.
They're so badass.
They're badass?
Yeah.
Millie and Vanilli, where are they if they're so badass?
I don't know. Anybody
I wonder
know
what they do
where
today.
Millie
Where's
is?
Millie and Vanilli today? I mean, like in Baskin and Robbins serving Millie and Vanilla? I don't know. I've not heard of them since. I've not seen them do anything since.
When you fell in love with his long ass eyelash.
Huh? What? Huh? Huh?
Who?
Hello, Shelley. One has passed away. I did not know
Stop
that.
it, Heidi. Are you serious?
They're building homes.
No, that's Vanilla Ice.
Candace, we are the same age.
No. No, we are not.
I just look, I mean, the lack of hair, you know, adds like
Dan?
5 years.
Dan is.
Rob and Fab.
Who's Rob?
I'm assuming he's a Manili or
Oh, he's a
Vanilli.
Vanilli. He committed
He's
suicide.
either the Millie or Vanilli, one of the two.
Well, one of them, Rob.
Rob? Rob what? That's not good. That's really not good. And because that happened, because of they got caught, or
I don't-
you danced with Billy? That's hot. I mean, they were. It's not hard to see how that happened, right? You got these frickin' boy bands, like, you know, what were they? What were the boy bands? You know what they are.
5 Degrees, in sync.
In Sync. What else?
5 Degrees.
Men to Boys, or
1%.
What's the
what was
boy
that?
club?
98 Degrees.
Yeah, but there was the biggest one with
Backstreet Boys.
yeah, the Backstreet Boys. There's another big one.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block were the beginning. Thank you. So and they were, I mean, they were just like casted. They were cast. People did searching and they built the band. And was that the one that Marky Mark was in? New Kids, Marky Mark.
Backstreet Boys.
Oh, well, I don't know who was on New Kids. Somebody was famous in that band, and they were put together by some dude.
That hurt my head.
Spice Girls were put together the same way.
Oh, New
And-
Kids on the Block? What?
Yeah, I
New
think it
Kids.
was New
It was New
Kids.
Kids.
Yeah, I knew that. And I think
Marky
New Kids
Mark
was the
is funny.
first, and I don't know who set it up, but some dude did that, and I think he did Backstreet Boys too. And Milli Vanilli were just the next, fuck, you got to find people that look the part. And then finally they're just all, we'll just get some people and, have some dudes singing in the studio. And we'll put two handsome guys on there that look good on MTV, exactly. And that's how Danny Wahlberg, right.
Donnie.
Donnie? Is she married to,
Yes.
Okay. So she follows my channel.
She follows me too.
And what's her name again?
Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, Jenny McCarthy. Yeah. And I saw her on a live the other day, pitching something. She's funny.
She was with Donnie.
She's with Donnie?
No, she was doing the pitch on the live with her husband. She has a makeup line.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Donnie.
She's good. She's entertaining.
Mm-hmm. All the women are going, they love Donnie. I don't know why y'all love Donnie. I do remember Downtown Julie Brown.
I still listen to her. She's
Yeah,
still on
she's
satellite
on,
radio.
yeah.
If you have Sirius Radio, you can hear Judy Brown and who else? All those
Yeah.
original VJs.
Alan
something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know who you're talking about.
I can't.
It's a Michelob Ultra. Absolutely. I should have a deal with them because I'm up here pitching Michelob Ultra all the time, and I didn't even get free beer.
You didn't get free beer?
Damon Darlin, he's damn funny, man. Damn funny. I was watching him today. And you know who liked Damon Darlin's thing? Steph Curry. The real Steph Curry. I'm all cool. Me and Steph like the same guy. I love him. I love Ed Bassmaster. There's those like comics that, take it to the next step and they go out and interact with the public. I love that, because you can't do the same show every time. Everyone's different. And you got to think on your feet and you got to be quick. Those guys are hilarious and really good at what they do. Yeah, Ed Bassmaster is really funny. And he's a really cool guy too. I mean, he really is. He also he likes my dad. He watches him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Martha Quinn is another one. Absolutely. I remember her. I wonder what she looks like today. She's kind of cute. She kind of looked like you a little bit.
They're all old. God.
Any thoughts on Diddy? I do have thoughts on Diddy, but they're all dark, horrible, and I have nothing good to say about the man. I mean, absolutely nothing good to say about the man.
Did you read the whole indictment?
I know that I've heard and what's really sick is, all the people that participate in these parties, like Bieber and DiCaprio.
No, don't say Bieber.
I'm saying Bieber because
No.
he wrote a fucking song about it.
Bieber got screwed, sold out by Usher.
I believe that, DiCaprio and they were young, but DiCaprio was with them as late as 2019.
DiCaprio, right, Ashton Kutcher.
Freaks me out.
But you have to remember, Justin Bieber was sent to him by Usher, who managed him at 14 and 15.
And Bieber was really young.
He was.
I understand how that could happen to a young boy, with an older celebrity. I see it. And
As he's
it
up
just
and coming.
adds to my
Bieber was a victim.
vitriol
I do
thinking about
believe
Diddy.
Bieber was a victim.
Yeah, I believe he was too. At that age, anyone that young in your early 20s or late teens, and he wrote a song. I hope he takes that song off or disavows it or what have you. DiCaprio, I'm a little bit, I don't know what the hell to think. I mean, the dude hangs out with 20-year-olds all the time. That's his thing. And then I just personally can't see connecting mentally with a 20-year-old. I just don't see it. I mean, I know 20-year-old. My son Andrew's 20, and I know all of his friends, and I know the girlfriends, and I just don't see it. And DiCaprio is right there, and one to the next, to the next, and that kind of makes me think. Kevin Hart. I mean, that's really horrible for me to hear. Kevin Hart, I like. I think he's funny. I think he's a nice guy. You never really know. I mean, you just never know.
There was a lot of poor kids involved, let me tell you. Mayor Adams.
Mayor Adams I know that they searched searched his house. The FBI, the DOJ was on
Do they
him.
really?
Yeah.
Mayor Adams?
I don't know anything about it, but I know he was under investigation. The song is not AI generated. That's a real song. It was around before Diddy, any of this news came out. That song was there. I mean, unless I'm wrong,
I don't know.
that's two
It's
people
saying,
that's no, it's the same
there's
person.
a lot of people saying that it's
Let's go look it up.
AI.
Go look at when that song came out. And if it came out 5 years ago, it's obviously not AI.
it didn't come out 5 years ago.
He just put that song out,
It's AI.
like just since this
yeah,
happened.
since this happened,
since the
that's when
indictment?
it came out. Well, what song? There's two different songs.
It's some song where it goes, going to a Diddy party.
Yeah, that's the AI.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crock of shit then. That's defamation. Whoever put that out, I mean, that's horrific. I'm sorry to the Beebster. And I'm glad, I'm really glad to hear that. My daughter's got a freaking cardboard cutout
By
of
the
the guy.
way,
Like a life-size cardboard cutout of Bieber.
by the way,
And went to see him when he came to Sacramento.
he became sober because he got fucked up.
Bieber?
From
I know he's now a
do you
father,
know?
right? He's got...
No, I know, but do you know the history of Bieber?
No, I don't know the Bieber history.
I will totally fill you in.
No, you fill me in after. I'm glad because I want the best for these kids.
Usher wanted him to play with him at the Super Bowl, and he denied him.
Is Usher involved in this shit?
Usher brought Bieber to Diddy. Yeah. So Usher started managing Bieber, and then to get out, Usher kind of brought Bieber to him as his next lamb.
Lost myself at a Diddy party. So Gresham, or I can't. That's right. They're saying that's an AI generated song.
Grayson.
I honestly don't know. But if it is, then I apologize. My apologies go out to the Beebster. If it's not, then he should act accordingly. AI is pretty gnarly, you know. In 5 years, we're gonna know the difference
right,
between.
I saw that.
Excuse me.
Oh, I know. I've listened to the song "Lonely." That came out. And it was
Michelle, that would
pretty
be
intense.
interesting.
But he does have a lot of intense songs. You know, the kids have seen him in concert many times, and he cries. You know, there's a lot of emotion that goes into that.
Eric, I almost bought Togos today. Why didn't I? Oh, but my dad actually, I gave him the choice between Togos and burgers, and he actually chose burgers today, so he got burgers.
Oprah, yeah. There's a lot coming
John, my
out.
mom is fine. I've talked to her a number of times today. She's doing okay today. I don't know what would happen with Black Sabbath. Isn't that dude,
Ozzy
Ozzy?
Osbourne.
The guy who ate the...
Jaden Smith, yeah.
What did he eat? What did he eat on
The
stage?
bat. He ripped off the
The head
bat's
of a
head.
black crow or
I
something?
mean, your fucking son bit the head off a duck, so.
Jaden Smith. If Jaden Smith was the victim,
His
Then
dad turned
look
him.
out. What?
His dad took him.
To where?
Will Smith is responsible for that. Dan, are you not even in the loop?
I'm not in that kind of loop.
No.
I don't hang out in those...
I don't
read that
hang
kind of
out
crap.
either, but I see that shit.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. Will and Jada were in on it. Yeah. J-Lo knew. We know that. Jesus. Yeah.
I mean, if that's true, I'm just totally disenfranchised with the whole situation.
Yeah, Will Smith.
You can't ignore that kind of stuff. You cannot ignore victimization of innocent people. Then our society has gone to a place that I don't want to be there.
It's
When
bad.
people start ignoring that shit and looking the other way,
People are
if
looking
people
the other
knew
way.
and looked
For
the other
fame
way,
and fortune and fame.
well, that's sick. I'm not going to cast aspersions because I don't know. But if any of that's true, that's a frickin' sick thing. We need to be better as a society.
I know. I love Jaguar Wright.
Rowan, I don't know when the trial will be. I suspect it'll be a lot sooner than 2 years, though. Because I don't think he probably doesn't want to sit in jail. He wants to find out, am I going to get off? He's going to hire the best lawyers. He's going to attack all the victims. He's going to put on a defense. And, it's not unheard of that these people win. It's just not, unfortunately. I mean, Epstein, he got away with it for so long, even when the courts were involved. Many other famous cases, one here in California, in LA, when I was in law school, someone got away with something. I'll come back as a pastor. He's going to find religion in jail. It's amazing how that happens. I think God hangs out in jails, because it's funny that all these horrible people seem to find religion in jail.
The Yummy song, I have to listen
Brownie,
to it.
I'm sure it's hard to beat. I'm sure they have a solid case. But anytime you have somebody that, can kind of deflect, and you don't really talk about the facts of the case. You talk about the unfair prosecution, or you talk about the crooked cops that were involved, or one of them wrote one report somewhere. That's how you fight those kinds of, when you don't have the facts, you fight, you throw shit up against the wall and you see what sticks. Rep, that's what I was talking about. Sorry for your loss, DH. I mean, you got to realize prosecutors and conviction rates are a bit misleading, because, prosecutors have egos. They don't want to try cases that they're going to lose, and they have the power to drop the case. The defendant doesn't have that power. The defendant has to go to trial no matter what. So I can imagine that if a case is starting to look iffy, especially if they got really high-powered lawyers, you find prosecutors are going to drop the case or decide not to do it because they don't want to look bad. They don't want to lose. And it's another sad statement about our system. Oh, I can tell you as a lawyer, I know that people that have money get better outcomes and better results in our legal system than people that don't have money. That is a fact, and it is overwhelmingly proven every time some big shot goes to trial. How did we get on such a depressing topic? I guess it's there in the news, so that's it. It beats talking politics, I can tell you that. Why did they not let him out with a $15 million bond? So there's two reasons why people are held in jail. And one is flight risk, which is really the main, is the person going to show up for trial? That's the main reason. But if you are a risk to society, they can also keep you in just because you are a risk to society. And my guess with Diddy is that the judge found that he was a risk to society and held him without bail.
Russell Simmons is in Bali or whatever. He escaped.
Yeah, I mean, you could go to a country with non-extradition treaty. You could go South America, the Middle East, Russia. I mean, there's all sorts of places that those people can avoid justice. Mm-hmm. Criminal law is the type of law I practice. I don't have any idea how long it'll take for the trial, but it's not going to be 2 years. It'll be this year sometime.
You think it'll go that quick? I think it will be because it's so publicized.
I mean, trials go quicker. I mean, certain people can, if you have money, you can delay them to some extent, but eventually you've got to pay the piper. Eventually your time comes. Mm-hmm. He might have tried. I mean, it would have been hard for Diddy to skip town. They were probably watching him. They were probably had somebody on him since once they decided we're going to go after him, they probably had him under supervision. Or under surveillance, I should say. I mean, so, they do get convicted. Weinstein got convicted after, 20 years of, victimizing people. He finally got convicted. If he gets convicted, Ben, I'm pretty sure he's never coming out of jail. I don't know if his plane got held in Miami. I know he got arrested in New York. Should the 49ers scoop down? Moneymaker, maybe. Let me get back to you after the next game.
I hope
I
the trial's on
doubt
TV.
it. At New
Why?
York, because it's different. Depends on the state. California, you know, the OJ trial was televised. One of the biggest television events in the
I know.
history of
I
television.
I think the P. Diddy trial would do the same. Like I think.
I'm sure it would, but it's up to the judge in New York. And like, you know, like the Trump trials have been, you know, they would have loved to televise those, but the judges said no. So it really depends on the jurisdiction, what their local laws are, and what the judge says. I mean, OJ was so big that, and I have a little insight on OJ. I was with the LA DA's office during his trial. I was working in the LA DA, so I heard all the back stuff and the evidence that didn't get presented to the jury. I mean, the whole show. It was a major thing.
People are saying no camera in federal court.
Is he charged federally? I didn't know he was charged federally. I think he's in. He probably was, because he's in the same. What prison is he? What jail is he in? Is he in Rikers Island, or is he in a federal prison, federal court? The Brian Kohlberger case, that's another dude.
You're racketeering. Okay.
So that's federal. So I don't know what he's in Rikers
He's in
or
New
not.
York. What's in New York?
Alcatraz. I've been to Alcatraz.
He's in Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn. I don't know where Rikers is. I mean, I'm a West Coast person, so I don't know.
Yeah,
New York, Brooklyn,
racketeering. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Southern District of New York, so that is a federal court.
He's in the same cell as crypto.
Yeah, I know. Sam Baker-Fried, SBF. You know, when they call you SBF, there's something wrong, right?
He's in a
Like
Brooklyn.
what they call
He's in a Brooklyn federal detention.
OBL, Osama bin Laden, SBF. Yeah, I think he's with SBF.
Tony, holy shit, girl.
MDC, Brooklyn. So that's not Rikers. I think Weinstein is in Rikers. I think like the Weinstein's there. The Trump guy, whoever the CFO was at Rikers.
Somebody said he's in Rikers.
Is he in Rikers? I mean, they can house federal inmates
Okay.
at Rikers waiting for trial, or they can house them in county waiting for trial as well.
How come nobody else has been arrested yet? Somebody asked.
I'm not that familiar with the case. I mean, it's just what I've seen on TV. I haven't really looked into it.
Tony, I can't.
Because I'm not really I was never a Diddy fan. I mean, I was just not, it's just, I saw the video. When I saw the video, that's all I needed to see to form my opinion. But my thoughts on OJ being guilty or not, I mean, I believe OJ was guilty of murder, ×2. Without a doubt. That's my strong belief. The criminal jury disagreed. The civil jury agreed. I also think the LADA, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County Sheriff, or the Los Angeles, I think they were also share some blame in there for that. Scott Peterson's an interesting case. He's that was just down the road from us in Modesto, and his attorney, I'll think of his name in a second. I think Scott Peterson is guilty, but it was a weird case. Again, he was convicted on things that happened after the crime, just his behavior after the crime. You know, the whole Amber Fry thing, and the fact that he was going out to Oakland where the body was found and looking, it's just too much for him. Are we losing power?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have to get off because we're losing power here for her, and it's been an hour and a half, and I got this Vietnamese food that I want to eat.
I'm hungry.
I did defend ever since I left the DA's office. I was a defense attorney, and that's what I do now.
Manson girls.
So I am. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. We'll come back on Friday, and we're going to go eat. I'm going to eat some good Vietnamese food.
See you in the morning.
Moneymaker, go Steelers. I'll give it to you. I have nothing to say right now. You've got all the